up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how I beat Malenia. Um, so I unfortunately was not able to save the footage, so I can't really show the fight. But I will still at least tell you like what I used and how I beat her, and my exact method to doing so. It wasn't a first try thing. It definitely took me like 4 or 5 tries, but compared to my dex build, this one just was so much better against her. And yeah, so for starters, we're gonna go ahead and look at my equipment. First off, I have the Blasphemous Blade. This is the best sword that I've found so far to fight with her. Sacrificial Axe and the seal you don't use. You could honestly take them off and put a helmet on if you really wanted to. It wouldn't really do a ton, but the Carrion Filigreed Crest. So yeah, lowers FP consumed by skills. You can spam the Taker's Flame more. This boosts your fire attack because the Blasphemous Blade is a fire-based weapon. The Ritual Sword Talisman raises attack power when your HP is max. This one can be interchanged because it might not be at max when you're fighting her. It just kind of depends. So you can change it to anything else that boosts attack, or strength or whatever. Like I'd recommend Faith or the Erd Tree's Favor, something like that. But I just kept that. And then Dragon Crest Shield Talisman boosts physical damage negation, and that's to kind of counter out the lowers damage negation from this. If you have the +2, you can use that as well. But yeah, these are what I used. And then my summon was Mimic Tier. You could also use Black Knife Tiche, but for the purposes of this video and this strategy, it was much better to use the Mimic Tier. And then let me go to my bubble tier, or my Physic Flask. I used temporarily boost fire attacks, and I use significantly negates damage and mixed physic. So the applying bubble tier basically makes sure that you can take one hit and barely take any damage from it, and then yeah, this just boosts your fire. So with that being said, let's get into it. So you start by running out here. This might not work on the very first playthrough when you're in the middle of the area, but I used Mimic Tier right here, and then she's gonna run up towards you towards that middle area. So I ran around her into the water, and then around this point is when the Mimic should catch her attention. And from here, now you're behind her, she's attacking her Mimic, you're locked on, and you just start spamming this. Like I said, you'll be locked on. So the goal is to get her over into like a corner. Any of these corners will do. I think this one's really good. There's a couple of them. This one's pretty good. There's one also over here that if you get her up, she gets stuck on the hill. But yeah, me and my Mimic just got her up and around this area, and I would just spam this, stay away from her. And yeah, there's pretty much only one attack she could do that would beat me, and that was her anime sword dance move, whatever it was. And yeah, that's the only move that like killed me. So unfortunately, I had bad RNG, and she would use that after I would attack her for like 2 or 3 of the fights that I did with her. So there was just nothing I could do. You can try and roll through it, but I mean, it's difficult. I've only done it at like a handful of times. But if you can, feel free. So yeah, like that should pretty much take her down really low. That also, the Taker's Flame. So it also boosts your health back up once it hits. So that's extremely useful for you and your Mimic, because after the patch, your Mimic can't heal itself with flasks. But yeah, with that, when he does decide to use it, he can heal himself with it. So we'll come back here. So now we're at the point where you get to the middle. and she does that little nine tails bomb thing. So when she drops, the most important thing is to run into her. So run like to where she's on top of you. I pretty much run to like over here, and then yeah, I'd be around these flowers, and then I'd roll away, and then she'd stop right there. I'd be actually be closer, like right here. Now, when she does this, obviously, as you know, it's best to have a distance type weapon. So when she uses it, because if you run in, you're gonna get Scarlet Rot. Now, if you stand on the edge, like on the edge of the fire or whatever, the rot flower, you can spam this, and you can get like 2 or 3 hits off of her, off into her in the middle. It does reach. So, and you don't get Scarlet Rot from standing at that spot, but you have to be like really close to it. Unfortunately, your Mimic isn't smart enough to do the exact same thing, so he will run in and take damage. But as soon as it's up, your Mimic will already be attacking her, and then you just hit her, keep hitting her with that. It's really nice because hitting her with this, I found every 2 hits would literally just like knock her over. Even in phase 2, it for the most part would knock her over. So at this point, she's pretty much about a quarter health. She kills your Mimic. When you notice your Mimic's health is getting low, use that and use this, and then that like ensures that you can take an extra hit. Yeah, that ensures you can just take an extra hit just in case you mess up a roll or something. But for the most part, like unless she uses again the anime sword dance, which I think she actually did use against me, and since I had this, it helped me live because I rolled, or she hit me, or I rolled through the first time and the second time, and then she hit me the third time, and I rolled out of the fourth, and she hit me, but I had this, so it didn't kill me. And yeah, so after that, she's like, she sits there for a second, so use your take or slam immediately. Hopefully it knocks her over. If not, just wait for an opening, knock her, or do it again, knock her over. Usually after her moves, she takes like a second to regain herself. And I found after the ones where she'd like stab you, if you can roll towards her, like she'd jump up, stab you, roll towards her. Now she's all the way over there. Now you have time to do that. And if that's a second or third hit, it'll definitely knock her over. And yeah. So yeah, sorry again that I didn't have the video footage of me fighting her, but hopefully that helps a little bit. If it did, leave a like, comment, subscription. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you.